What's up, Sickle Cell Warriors? It's Dr. O and the grind never stops. Today we're here to talk about how this little drug right here saved my life. The name of this drug is called Hydroxyurea, and it's a really powerful drug that really changed the course of my life. And so to be more specific, today we're going to talk about 4 things. What is hydroxyurea? How hydroxyurea helps you? What are the side effects of hydroxyurea? And I'm going to tell a personal story of how hydroxyurea saved my life. Hydroxyurea is a drug that was originally made for patients with cancer and chemotherapy patients. But it was later FDA approved in 1998. And the FDA is the Food and Drug Association. So once they put their stamp on it, it officially became the official drug to treat sickle cell. So what hydroxyurea does is it pretty much increases the white hemoglobin F cells. And what hemoglobin F does is pretty much increases the shape of red blood cells and makes the shape of the normal sickle cells a little more normalized. So by allowing the sickle cell shapes to be more normal looking, it makes it easier for the sickle cells to flow through your blood vessels easier, which ultimately decreases the pain crises. How does hydroxyurea help you? Well, hydroxyurea helps you in many ways. It decreases the amount of times you go to the hospital. It also decreases your overall amount of pain crises you have. And it helps a lot of patients with sickle cell gain more weight. So these are all great things that help benefit people with sickle cell. And the reason why it's important that we take hydroxyurea is because it can really do a lot of wonders in your life like it's done for me. Now, sickle cell warriors, I've heard a lot of stories of how people have taken hydroxyurea and it has done absolutely nothing for them. And I hope that's not the case for you. But before I address that point, I want to stress the importance of having taken the medicine all the time on a daily basis. Because I think a lot of people who dismiss hydroxyurea just assume that it doesn't work because after taking it for like a month or 2, they just say, oh, it's not working. But what people don't understand about hydroxyurea is that it's a drug that has a long-term effect. So it's you really start seeing the effects of the drug like 6 months down the road to a year. So that's why I recommend that everyone takes hydroxyurea consistently for at least 6 months, and to be even safer, I would say at about a year, so you can actually tell if the drug is working or not. But I must admit, I'm pretty familiar with the concept of pharmacogenomics, which is pretty much the concept that says that one drug can affect a person completely differently than another person. So essentially, everybody reacts to drugs differently. So what might work for me may completely work different for you. So, it is possible that you can take hydroxyurea and it doesn't work. But my point is that you never know until you try. And if you try, please try for a good solid couple months consistently. Make sure you're taking it every single day. Don't just take it here and there, because that can really make a difference in your hemoglobin levels. Now, another important point to think about when taking hydroxyurea is you want to have a goal hemoglobin level. The average hemoglobin level of a person without sickle cell is 13 to 17. Now, the average hemoglobin level of a person with sickle cell is about 6 to 11. So, sickle cell warriors, when we're taking hydroxyurea, the way we can tell if the drug is working or not is you want to make sure your hemoglobin level is above 10. So when you go to your doctors, make sure you ask them, hey, can I know what my hemoglobin levels are? And when you look at the lab results, you want to try to make sure it's above 10. And if it's not above 10, then you want to ask your doctor, hey, can you, if possible, increase the amount of hydroxyurea I'm taking so I can, optimize my hemoglobin levels. Hopefully your doctor is compliant with you and listens to your requests, but sometimes they may deny it because they would say, oh, you don't have enough weight, so if we do increase the dose, it will be too much for you. And that's actually something that happened to me when I was younger. I saw how good hydroxyurea was working for me, so I would literally always ask the doctor, can you please increase the dose? Can you please increase the dose? Because I wanted nothing to do with the sickle cell pain crisis. So I would always just try to optimize how much hydroxyurea I'm taking just to prevent the crises. But the doctor would be like, oh, unfortunately, you don't have enough weight to take on 2,000 milligrams of hydroxyurea. So I would have to slowly work myself up, So I used to take 1 capsule per a day, and then as I gained more weight, I went from 1 capsule to 2 capsules a day. And now, because I'm much more healthy and I have a larger weight, I can take on 3 capsules a day. So make sure, sickle cell warriors, that you talk to your doctor and ask them what's the most hydroxyurea you can take without potentially causing you side effects. Now, what are the side effects of hydroxyurea? One of the side effects of hydroxyurea is called thrombocytopenia. And that large fancy medical word means the reduction of platelet counts. And what that pretty much means is when you don't have enough platelets in your body, then that can pretty much cause unusual bleeding. And so that's one of the particular side effects that could occur from taking hydroxyurea. Another side effect that could occur is weight gain. For most people with sickle cell, weight gain is actually a good thing for us because when we go through pain crises, we tend to lose weight. So hydroxyurea actually helps us gain back the weight, but that is considered a side effect of the drug. A possible side effect is skin discoloration. And that's pretty much when throughout your body, your skin may get some type of little discoloration, like you may get it in your toenails or your fingernails or somewhere else in your body, but that's just a possible side effect. Now, sickle cell warriors, I'm telling you this to inform you and educate you, but I would not let these side effects scare you into not taking it. We need to weigh the pros and cons of sickle cell, and if it's gonna potentially save your life and change your life like it did me, I think those risks that you're taking are kind of small compared to the benefits of what you will be getting. So definitely consider taking hydroxyurea and be consistent with it. How did hydroxyurea save my life? If you watched my first video on sickle cell where I introduced myself, I pretty much told my story of how I was going through it when I was young. Man, when I was from the age of like 6 to 17, I would literally have sickle cell crises nearly every week or month. And I would go to the hospital, and every time I go to the hospital, I would get the pain everywhere. It would be in the back, it would be in my legs, it would be in my arms. And I'm just like, God, man, it's terrible. And sickle cell warriors, you guys definitely know the pain. You know the struggle. So it's really bad. I had pneumonia. I had acute chest syndrome. And, I was on the verge of death. So, to me, every day that I can wake up is a blessing for me just to be alive, But pretty much, I had it bad. And I'm going to say until when I was like 16, 17, I took hydroxyurea. And because my doctor recommended it for me because I was always going through crises, and I think the drug was a lot more studied back then, and so they were more comfortable recommending the drug to me. And ever since I took that drug, it changed my life. One of the most impactful ways it changed my life is it pretty much significantly decreased the amount of times I went to the hospital. Ever since I started taking hydroxyurea consistently, I would say since 18, 17, like it's been 7, 8 years now, I've only been to the hospital maybe a total of 4 times. And like the last time I really went to the hospital was four years ago. So man, I've been blessed, and hydroxyurea has worked wonders for me. Another effect of the drug that's been great and really noticeable for me is that ever since I took it, I'm no longer as fatigued as I used to be. When I was younger and I was going through the crises, even when I wasn't going through the crisis, I was just always tired, man. Like I remember just walking up a hill for like 5-10 minutes would just like really drain me out. But once I got hydroxyurea, it really gave me the energy to be more productive. You know, to study for pharmacy school, to make YouTube videos, to live by myself and be productive. And so I thank hydroxyurea for that. And then another noticeable effect of hydroxyurea is I've gained a lot of weight from it. When I was younger, I was so skinny. I was so skinny that you can see the rib cages in me, and it was not a good look, unfortunately. But once I started taking hydroxyurea consistently, I've been able to bulk up and gain weight, you know, and with the help of working out, I'm getting bigger and stronger. And so, you know, when I was in my teenager years, I was definitely like, I was like a good 5'5", 5'6", like 120, 125, 130. Now I'm a good like 5'9", and like, I weigh about 190. So hydroxyurea has helped me gain weight, but also by decreasing the amount of times I go to the hospital, I was actually able to save myself weight, because whenever you do go through the pain crisis, you end up losing 10 to 15 pounds. And that was one of the reasons why I was so skinny when I was younger, because I would just always go to the hospital from pain crises. So as soon as I gained my weight, I would just lose it. So yeah, sickle cell warriors, that's really how hydroxyurea saved my life. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. You know, show Dr. O some love. And again, thank you, sickle cell warriors, for blessing me.